Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the wooden boards beneath your feet. They are worn smooth by salt and years of labor, yet tonight they tremble as if they remember something ancient. You are standing in a small fishing boat, somewhere in the middle of the Sea of Galilee. The sun has long disappeared beyond the hills, and the sky above you is a deep indigo veil scattered with faint stars that struggle to remain visible behind gathering clouds. The air has changed. It no longer carries the gentle scent of water and nets. It tastes metallic now, charged with tension. The wind begins as a whisper across the surface of the lake, subtle, almost playful. But there is something beneath it. A restlessness. A shift. You hear the first slap of water against the side of the boat. Then another. Then harder. The disciples move quickly around you. Their hands are practiced, strong, accustomed to storms. These are fishermen. They know the language of waves. But tonight, the sea speaks in a dialect even they do not recognize. The wind grows. It presses against your robe, tangles your hair, steals your breath. The boat lurches unexpectedly, and you grab hold of the rough rope tied to the mast. The sky closes in. Clouds roll like dark mountains above you, swallowing the last traces of starlight. This is no gentle rocking anymore. The waves rise with alarming speed, towering higher than the boat itself. Water crashes over the sides, cold and shocking, soaking the wood, soaking your clothes, soaking your certainty. And beneath the sound of wind and water, something else begins to rise. Fear. It starts quietly, like the first ripple on the surface. A thought. A question. What if this does not pass? The boat tilts sharply, and you hear someone shout instructions over the roar. Hands scramble for buckets, for ropes, for control. Muscles strain. Wood groans. The storm does not negotiate. You look into the faces around you. These are men who have weathered countless storms. Yet their eyes now reflect something unfamiliar. Not skill. Not confidence. Alarm. The wind howls louder, as if mocking your fragility. The sea does not care who you are. It does not care about faith or promises. It only moves with force. The rain begins. It strikes your skin like small stones. It blurs your vision. It stings your eyes. The horizon disappears entirely. There is no up, no down, only motion. And somewhere deep inside, you recognize this feeling. This is what anxiety feels like. Not always loud at first. Sometimes it begins as a breeze. A whisper of concern. A shadow across the mind. But left unchecked, it rises. It builds. It convinces you that the boat cannot hold. The disciples shout again. One of them grips your shoulder to steady himself. Another fights to secure the sail, but the wind tears at it mercilessly. Water fills the bottom of the boat now. Each wave seems higher than the last. The boat feels smaller. You feel smaller. And then, through the chaos, you remember. He is here. Somewhere on this boat, in the middle of this storm, Jesus is with you. You turn, heart pounding, searching through the rain and darkness. And there, near the stern, illuminated faintly by lightning that cracks across the sky, you see him. He is asleep. Not restless. Not bracing against the wind. Not gripping the sides of the boat. Sleeping. His head rests gently on a cushion, his breathing slow and steady, untouched by the violence surrounding him. The contrast is almost unbearable. How can he sleep? The wind screams. The waves threaten. The boat feels seconds away from breaking apart. Yet his face is calm. There is no tension in his brow. No fear in his posture. Only peace. And for a moment, just a moment, you are caught between two realities. The storm outside. And the stillness beside you. The lightning flashes again, illuminating his profile in silver light. Water crashes violently over the edge of the boat, soaking the space around him, yet he does not stir. You feel the surge of urgency rising in your chest. If he does not wake, what happens to us? The question pulses louder than the wind. Someone shouts his name. No response. Another wave slams into the boat, harder than before. The wood creaks ominously. The disciples' voices are no longer steady commands, they are edged with desperation. This is not control anymore. This is survival. You take a step toward him, slipping slightly on the wet boards. Your heart races. The storm outside feels identical to the one forming within your chest. The sea roars. The wind pushes. The rain blinds. And still, he sleeps. Your mind begins to whisper what fear always whispers. If he cared, wouldn't he be awake? If he saw this, wouldn't he act? If he knew how afraid you are, wouldn't he stop it now? The storm presses in from every direction. Sound, motion, uncertainty. You reach him at last. The boat jolts again violently, nearly throwing you off balance. You kneel beside him, soaked, breathless, desperate. And as thunder cracks above you, the question forms fully in your mouth. Teacher, don't you care that we are perishing? The wind howls as if waiting for the answer. And everything holds its breath. The words leave your mouth almost against your will. Teacher, don't you care? They are not polished. They are not reverent. They are raw. The wind does not wait for an answer. It surges again, pushing the boat sideways, sending another violent wave crashing over the side. Cold water rushes around your knees as you steady yourself beside him. For a brief second, nothing changes. The storm still roars. The boat still groans. Your heart still pounds. And then, he opens his eyes. Not startled. Not disoriented. Not afraid. His gaze meets yours, and in that single moment something shifts, not in the sea, but inside you. There is no accusation in his expression. No frustration. No urgency. Only awareness. As if he has been awake the entire time. The thunder rolls again, low and heavy, but his breathing remains slow. He rises carefully, steady despite the violent motion beneath his feet. The disciples are still shouting, still scrambling, still fighting against something far stronger than themselves. But he does not rush. There is something profoundly unsettling about calm in the middle of chaos. He steps forward. The wind tears at his robe. Rain streams down his face. The boat dips violently again, but he stands unmoved, balanced not by circumstance but by something deeper. You feel it. A different weight in the air. Not the heaviness of fear. The gravity of authority. The sea rages as if determined to prove its dominance. Waves tower and collapse with explosive force. The horizon is invisible now, only darkness and movement and sound. And yet, in the center of it all, he is still. You realize something slowly. The storm has not woken him. Your fear has. He does not rebuke the sea first. He turns toward you. Toward all of you. His voice, when he speaks, is not loud. It does not compete with the thunder. It does not fight the wind. It cuts through. Why are you so afraid? The question is gentle, but it lands with weight. Why are you so afraid? The wind howls as if mocking the question. How can we not be afraid? Look at the waves. Look at the water filling the boat. Look at the sky collapsing in on us. Look at the evidence. Fear feels logical here. Necessary. Reasonable. But his eyes hold something that the storm does not. Certainty. Do you still have no faith? It is not condemnation. It is invitation. He is not asking why the storm exists. He is asking why the storm has become larger than the one standing before it. You feel the tension inside your chest begin to separate into two forces. Fear says, look at the waves. Faith says, look at him. The wind intensifies for a final moment, almost violently defiant. The rain slashes sideways, blurring everything into a swirl of gray and white and black. But then, he turns toward the sea. Not hurried. Not frantic. Simply present. He steps toward the bow of the boat. The disciples watch, breathless, muscles frozen now, not from cold, but from anticipation. The storm continues to rage, but something about his posture suggests it has already lost. Lightning splits the sky once more, illuminating the scene in stark brilliance. For a heartbeat, everything is frozen in silver light, the waves suspended mid-crest, the rain suspended mid-fall, the fear suspended mid-breath. And in that suspended moment, you see it clearly. The storm is loud, but it is not sovereign. He inhales slowly. The wind shrieks again. And you realize something profound. The storm has been demanding your attention, but it has never demanded his. Your anxiety has been convincing you that survival depends on your effort. But he has been resting. Even in the shaking boat. Even in the rising water. Even in the darkness. You begin to understand something that fear never teaches. Peace is not the absence of storm. Peace is the presence of someone greater than it. The waves crash again, but now they feel almost frantic, like a final protest. The disciples are no longer shouting instructions. They are silent. Watching. Waiting. Rain drips from your hair into your eyes. Your hands tremble, not from cold, but from anticipation. He lifts his voice. And the air itself seems to pause. Not because the storm weakens, but because authority is about to speak. You feel it before you hear it. The space between chaos and command. The fragile moment between fear and faith. Everything holds its breath. And in that suspended silence, you realize the storm is not the real battle. The battle is whether you will believe that the one in your boat is stronger than the wind. The thunder rolls one last time across the dark sky. The waves surge again, rising high as if preparing for one final assault. And he opens his mouth. He does not shout. He does not strain his voice against the wind. he simply speaks. Peace. Be still. The words are not loud, yet they carry a weight the storm cannot resist. For a fraction of a second, nothing changes. The wind still pushes. The waves still rise. The rain still falls. But something invisible has already shifted. Authority has been released. The command does not wrestle with the sea. It does not negotiate with the wind. It does not argue with the rain. It settles. And then, the wind falters. Not gradually. Not reluctantly. It stops. As if a hand unseen has pressed pause upon creation. The waves, once towering and violent, collapse into themselves. The surface of the water smooths as though ironed flat by an invisible palm. The rain softens, then ceases entirely. The sky clears with quiet obedience. What remains is not just calm. It is great calm. The kind of stillness that feels almost sacred. The kind that hums in your ears after overwhelming noise. The kind that makes you suddenly aware of your own breathing. You inhale. And for the first time since the storm began, your breath is steady. The boat no longer tilts. The wood no longer groans. Your clothes still cling to your skin, soaked. Your hands still tremble slightly. But the sea beneath you is glass. The silence is deeper than the noise ever was. You look at him. He has not changed. His posture is the same as it was before the storm. His eyes are the same. His expression is the same. It is as if the chaos that nearly drowned you never had permission to disturb him. And you begin to understand. The storm did not surprise him. It revealed you. The wind exposed your fear. The waves revealed your doubt. The shaking boat uncovered the places where trust had not yet taken root. But the calm reveals him. You look at the water now, so smooth it reflects the faint starlight returning overhead. The very sea that moments ago threatened to swallow you now carries the boat gently, almost tenderly. It is hard to reconcile the two realities. How can something so violent become so peaceful so quickly? You realize something quietly. The sea did not calm itself. It responded to a voice it recognized. Creation knows its creator. The wind obeys because it remembers who formed it. The waves bow because they know who drew their boundaries. And you, sitting in this small wooden boat, drenched and humbled, begin to ask yourself, do I recognize his voice the same way? The storm outside is gone. But what about the storm inside? Even now, as the water rests, you feel the residue of fear lingering in your chest. The echo of panic still whispers, still tries to replay what could have happened. What if he had not woken? What if he had not spoken? What if the waves had risen just a little higher? Your mind tries to hold on to the fear, as if it needs it for protection. But the silence refuses to cooperate. The night sky opens above you, clear and vast. The stars appear one by one, small witnesses to what has just unfolded. The disciples sit in stunned quiet. No one cheers. No one celebrates. The calm is too holy for noise. The only sound now is the gentle lap of water against the boat and the soft rhythm of breathing. You feel your heartbeat slowing. And in that slowing, something deeper settles. You begin to see that the real miracle was not the stilling of the sea. It was the stilling of your heart. Before the wind stopped, Something in you was already being invited to quiet. Before the waves fell, your fear was already being challenged. Peace. Be still. The words were spoken to the storm, but they were also spoken to you. Peace. Not when the sea behaves. Not when circumstances improve. Not when control is regained. Peace because he is present. Be still. Not because danger never comes. Not because waves never rise. But because authority stands in your boat. You look at him again. He does not appear triumphant. He appears natural. As if calm is the default state of the universe when aligned with him. And you begin to understand something that anxiety often hides. The storm was loud, but it was never sovereign. Your fear was intense, but it was never ultimate. The one who speaks carries a deeper reality. And now, sitting in the quiet aftermath, you feel something unfamiliar. Not adrenaline. Not relief. Reverence. A whisper moves through the disciples, barely audible. Who is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? The question hangs in the still night air. But for you, the answer feels closer than ever. He is not merely in the boat. He is Lord of what threatens it. He is not merely present in the chaos. He commands it. The sea remains calm. The stars reflect softly across its surface. And in the quiet that follows the storm, you realize. Peace was never the absence of waves. It was always the presence of his voice. Now the sea is calm. But you are no longer in the boat. You are here. In your room. In your car. In your bed. In the quiet place where your own thoughts grow loud. The storm may not be made of wind and water anymore. But it still rises. It rises in the middle of the night when sleep will not come. It rises in the silence after a difficult conversation. It rises when the future feels uncertain and your mind tries to solve what it cannot control. Anxiety does not always shout like thunder. Sometimes it whispers like wind. What if something goes wrong? What if you are not enough? What if this doesn't work out? What if you lose what you love? The waves are invisible, but they feel just as real. Your chest tightens. Your thoughts race. Your breathing shortens. The boat feels small again. And somewhere inside, a familiar question forms. Does he care? If he sees this, why doesn't he stop it? If he knows how afraid I feel, why is he silent? But remember the boat. Remember the storm. Remember that his sleep was not indifference. It was sovereignty. He was never threatened by what threatened you. And even now, in your modern storm, the emails, the deadlines, the diagnoses, the financial strain, the relationship tension, he is not pacing the deck in panic. He is not scrambling for solutions. He is present. Sometimes the miracle is not that the storm disappears immediately. Sometimes the miracle is that your heart learns to rest while it still rages. You do not need to shout louder than the wind. You do not need to fight every wave. You need to look at him. Right now, as you listen to this, let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench. Let your breathing slow. The same voice that spoke over Galilee has not grown weaker. It has not lost authority. It does not need better conditions. It speaks into chaos. And when it does, creation responds. But here is something even deeper. Before the sea became calm, you were invited into a question. Why are you so afraid? Not as shame. As awakening. What if the storm in your life is revealing where trust has not yet taken root? What if the shaking boat is uncovering the places where control has quietly replaced surrender? What if the waves are not meant to destroy you, but to direct your eyes? Fear says, survive. Faith says, surrender. Fear says, fix it. Faith says, trust him in it. The storm outside you may not end tonight. The diagnosis may not change tomorrow. The uncertainty may not vanish instantly. But peace does not wait for perfect conditions. Peace is not fragile. It is anchored. Anchored in the one who stands and speaks without strain. Anchored in the one who does not tremble when everything else does. Close your eyes again for a moment. Imagine the boat. The soaked wood. The exhausted disciples. The trembling hands. Now imagine the silence after the word. The still surface. The steady breathing. The stars returning. That silence exists for you. Not because life will never shake, but because the one who commands the shaking is closer than you think. He is in your boat, in your anxiety, in your questions, in your midnight thoughts. And even if the wind has not yet stopped, his presence is not delayed. The storm was loud, but it was never sovereign. Your fear is intense, but it is not ultimate. Authority still speaks. And when it does, the deepest calm is not found in circumstances. It is found in trust. So tonight, if your thoughts are restless, let these words settle over you like the surface of that sea. Peace. Be still. Not because everything is resolved, but because he is here. The archive closes, but the calm remains.